Hello everyone, I am Sayyid Mustafa Haider, and today we'll delve into a critical challenge hindering India's economic growth, the infrastructure deficit. We'll explore its scope, impacts, and potential solutions. India's economic boom hasn't been matched by its infrastructure development. Since 2007, the country's ranking in overall infrastructure quality has dropped significantly. The deficit affects everything from power grids to transportation networks, impacting millions of people. Imagine a vast country with a booming economy, yet a quarter of its population lacks electricity. This is the reality of India's infrastructure gap. It encompasses various sectors like transportation, factoring in poor roads, congested railways, inadequate ports, and limited airports create bottlenecks for moving goods and people. And energy requirements like insufficient power generation, unreliable grids, and limited access to clean energy sources lead to power shortages and hinder industrial activity. Uh, Moving on, we can talk about urban infrastructure like strained water supply and sanitation systems, inadequate waste management, and insufficient affordable housing plague growing cities. Uh, Moving on, discussing the impacts of the deficit. The consequences of this deficit are far reaching. It acts as a roadblock to economic growth, increasing logistic costs for businesses due to inefficient transportation, hampering industrial activity due to power shortages and unreliable energy supply, limiting the reach of digital services and hindering innovation, reducing the overall productivity and competitiveness of the economy. The social impact is equally concerning. The deficit limits access to clean water, sanitation, and proper waste management. It creates congestion and pollution in cities and hinders access to education and healthcare due to poor connectivity. India's infrastructure development has lagged behind its economic growth since the 1990s. 5 year plans by the government have aimed to address this gap with mixed success. The historical context of highlights the long standing nature of the challenge. Bridging this gap requires significant investment. Estimates suggest that India might need up to $1.7 trillion over a decade. Here's a potential timeline for the implementing solutions. For the short term period, for the first 1 to 3 years, we can focus on improving efficiency within the existing systems, like public private partnerships can be piloted in specific sectors like renewable energy or urban transport. Then for medium term, like 3 to 7 years, we can expand the capacity of city agencies to manage large scale projects, streamline the regulations and land acquisition processes to attract private investments. And long term goals, more than 7 years maybe. Uh, we have to implement structural reforms like improved taxation policies and efficient fiscal transfers to the cities. This will allow them to leverage more private financing for long term infrastructure projects. Despite the urgency, there are challenges still. Uh, Talking about these challenges, weak regulatory environments is got to be one of them. Uncertain regulations discourage private investments. Limited revenue collection. Cities struggle to raise funds through property taxes and service charges, making them less attractive to private partners. And bureaucracy and inefficiency. Streamlining approvals and project executions are crucial for timely completion. In conclusion, addressing India's infrastructure deficit is a complex but essential task. A multi pronged approach combining government initiatives, private investments, and an efficient project management is needed. By working together, India can overcome this challenge and unlock its full economic potential. Thank you.